Buffalo police appear to be making some progress in curbing car thefts, though they remain very high. BPD has partnered with New York State Police and the Erie County Sheriff's Office to use both of their helicopters, along with some other programs to tackle this. And the numbers show the new efforts may be working. Car thefts in the city of Buffalo went from 488 in May to 620 in June, but then look at July, down to 368. A short time ago, I talked about all this with Buffalo Police Commissioner Joe Gramaglia.
It is a little better than it was. The numbers are staggering. When you look at what we had in May and June, how much they jumped, a significant jump. There is a little light at the end of the tunnel, I guess, if you will. Still way too many, but we're making progress. We're going in the right direction.
Tell us about some of those efforts that you've employed that you believe are contributing to the slightly lower numbers, at least.
So our department partnered up with the New York State Police, the Erie County Sheriff's Department with their helicopters. We had to take some kind of an effort. We had to take some kind of an approach. And getting the helicopters up safely allows us to follow these stolen cars without police cars behind them. Follow them until they get to some location where they finally bail out. The helicopters have video, they've got spotlights, they stay on the driver, they stay on the occupants, and they call out the locations of where they're at, where our officers can then come in from a parallel street, surrounding area, come in and then work to make an arrest.
And you've been able to make dozens of arrests, some on felony charges, some on misdemeanors.
Yeah, so we had, I believe the number is 49 arrests in the month of July that led to over 40 felony charges and over 40 misdemeanor charges. When you kind of combine both of them and who got some charges and who got others. But we've made a substantial amount of arrests. We're going to keep doing our part. Our officers are going to keep staying out there, trying to recover these cars as quick as possible and make arrests where we can.
Finally, what efforts are you employing now to make sure these numbers keep going down? And are you hopeful that we've maybe reached the peak of how bad this can get?
We're always hopeful, yeah. But we have to do more than be hopeful. We're very good with the data. We look at where these cars are being dumped. We looked at who's stealing them. One of the other things that we've employed that we had started many years ago, these custom notification programs where we're going and we're knocking on the doors of individuals that are committing violent acts. Well, we are doing that also with our repeat stolen car offenders. So we do have a pretty good success rate in these custom notifications. We're talking to family members. There are resources out there to help you with an incorrigible child that you can't keep in at night, but keep in mind they're also out there stealing cars.
The commissioner also stressed that the Raise the Age law has allowed juvenile offenders to basically steal cars, kind of get a slap on the wrist, and then almost immediately be back out doing it again. He and others have pressed state lawmakers to specifically address that issue that they believe has at least partially contributed to this spike in stolen cars.